Welcome to a surprise live stream with me and also the King of Chaos over here. King
Good
of
morning.
Chaos, Danny. What's going on,
Good
Danny?
morning, Joe. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Even though there's nobody here.
Well, we got James Farley here, but this was
Oh,
not announced. Yeah.
good morning, James.
See, there's James. Yeah, this
There he
was
is.
not announced. I only put it on like not even a half an hour ad. A half hour ahead of time. But we'll see now how many people did the right thing when I said, "Hey, let's." Over at my other channel, Mean Mr. Mayo, I said I'm going to be doing live streams over here. Let's see how many people got the MO. If
Okay.
anybody.
We got
Yeah.
Dino.
What's up, Dino?
Hi, Dino. How are you, Dino?
It's
What's
the
up,
Dean.
dude?
Cherry Carter got the memo.
Jerry Carter. Wow. Good morning.
Yep. And today I'm having a cup of tea. Hold on a minute. I'll get which is in a second. This is a very heavy cup, man. This is a very big, heavy cup.
Yeah, sure.
Marine, man, this is like.
It's a kitty cup.
Well, it was the only one that was clean.
Good morning, Pablo Spinal.
I got black tea in here with milk. I put a little drop of milk. I almost put honey in here. I should save this because I want to see if Mix 64 comes here. Which honey, sugar. I'm avoiding sugar, and every time I put honey in my tea or something, I wind up screwing myself over.
Honey's good for you. What are you talking about? Honey's good for you.
Yeah, you're out of your mind. Honey may be more natural.
Honey is like a medicine. It's very healthy for you.
No, it's not. Well,
those bees work very hard for you, Joe, and you don't appreciate it.
That's okay. But in your case, though, you that's no wonder you're diabetic because you drink a lot of honey and sugar and shit. No wonder.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, God help us all. Anyway.
Good morning, Charles, Duncan, Robert P.
Hey, I'm putting them up one at a time. It's up.
Too much trouble.
And Robert P, what's going on? I know Robert P has been very active and supportive of my channel here, my new channel. It seems
he even made a response on your Ozzy video.
Yeah, a lot of people did, but I don't usually. Yeah,
I read every comment. At tears, I'm very upset about the loss of Ozzy Osbourne because I'm a Black Sabbath fan, Ozzy fan. That guy was very interesting, funny, But when he talked, you couldn't understand anything he was saying. But when he starts singing, perfect. You understand everything.
Wait a minute. Perfect? I mean, I like
when he sang.
Yeah, I don't think he sang pretty poorly, but I did like it. I did like it.
Yeah.
Just like I like Dylan, even though he's not exactly Dean Martin either.
And I want to say I've seen so much footage on TV about Ozzy, more than other people that should have got more, advertisement. Not advertisement,
Eddie, can I ask you why you're going straight into Ozzy? I mean, I was going to kind of say hellos, and then I was going to get into Ozzy as more people got here.
Well, we did say hello.
I'm not done saying hello, okay? I'm not done. Like we got, I drink black tea and coffee, no sugar, no milk. Yeah, I don't know. I'm drinking the tea. Let's put it that way.
As much as I love coffee, I've been drinking it all my life since I'm very young. I have to put a little milk in it, but no sugar. I can't drink it black.
That reminds me. I'm going to write. That's going to be another rant video. Not so much a rant video. It'll be a commentary video that I make because.
That's right, Robert P. Yeah, they regurgitate in their hive, and we eat that, and it's delicious. It's very healthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy. It's not healthy.
That's bullshit, Joe. It's very healthy. I'm telling you.
Look, I know that honey has some benefits. I know honey has some benefits, but it is still sugar, and it'll freaking raise your insulin. Okay,
it's natural. It's not refined sugar.
Does it matter? It doesn't matter.
Oh, you are so thick-headed. It's not even funny.
No, you're thick-headed. Obviously, we can tell. Wait a minute. I'm going to add to Samsung Notes because I definitely want to make a video complaining about how people they got coffee.
Yes,
Coffee.
Dino,
There you go.
yes, Dino. Alice Cooper's new album comes out the 25th.
Why don't you wait until I put it up like that?
With the you just put it up with the original band members, except for Glenn Buxton. He passed away a long time ago, but it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be phenomenal. Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Eric.
Eric.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, Ozzy was a very nice human.
Yeah.
Stage and private life, very different. Yeah, I remember. I watched the Osbournes. I got a kick out of that.
Oh yeah. You know something that's a great show. Everything's filmed in their house. You know what I mean? And there's one episode where Ozzy couldn't figure out how to use a remote control for a TV set. Funny, you know.
Well, that's realities. That's why it's funny doing reality shows.
Yeah, he couldn't figure out electronics at all, even though he was brilliant.
I want to talk about this a little bit. I noticed that Psychos Platters Paul got his stream taken down last night for playing Ozzy. He played Ozzy music in tribute. I didn't see the stream before it was taken down, but I saw the aftermath. He did another stream explaining it. This is nothing against Paul Psychos Platters or anything, but that's why I don't play music. I mean, it's something I don't understand. Like, personally, it's like we love the music of our favorite artists, but if you have a YouTube channel, I've never thought it was worth it, and I don't understand using the music when you know they're likely to get after you at some point. I'm not saying it's right, because of course, we're the story. We're promoting them. We're promoting the artists. We're not looking to make money off of the song, but yet those are the rules, and I try to stay away from that. What's wrong with a whole bunch of people getting together and sharing their love for Ozzy and their memories and their experiences and their favorite songs and talking about it without sitting there? You can play our music at home.
One thing I don't understand, okay, a creator cannot play certain music, they get taken down. But yet on YouTube, I can type in that artist and listen to a whole album free on YouTube. What's up with that?
What is up with that?
You know what I mean? I don't understand. I can play any album I want on YouTube, but the only thing I got is the ads. Maybe that's the reason, but it's ridiculous. They're promoting bands and stuff like that. I say, oh, I like that. Somebody might say, oh, I like that band. You go out and buy that record or something like that. And you're making money for them. But of course, they're idiots.
I'm not against honey. Manuka honey I used on my wounds, and they heal better. Sure. I mostly drink coffee. I'll never understand, but I also like tea. In cold weather, I'll drink hot tea, black. I get pure leaf, unsweetened tea.
Right.
And Psychos Platters, he didn't even take monetization for that. Ozzy was an amazing singer.
Yeah, he was a good front man. You know what I mean? Yeah, he had a hard life with drugs and stuff like that, unfortunately. But that's the rock and roll,
No, it's not. We talked about this off the air.
Yeah,
The rock and roll life. If I was a rock and roller, I would be enjoying the women. I would not be doing any drugs, just like Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons from Kiss, good head on that man's shoulders.
Yeah, one in a million. But most of them go backstage. They got their whiskey, beer.
Yeah.
Drugs are lined out for them. They can do all the coke they want, because people bring that shit in,
I don't care. For God's sake, Lately, Robert's been adding pure cocoa, no sugar cocoa for the flavonoids. Are good for arteries, they say.
Yeah.
There he is. Listen, Mick, can you just get here now because we want to talk about honey? We want to talk about. I was saying that here I am with my cup of tea. Man, this is really heavy. It's hurting the knuckles when I hold the handle. Here's my cup of tea. I was almost going to put honey in it because I figured it was early in the day. So see if I do have honey early and then I do my walking, I figured I'd be able to take. I said, no, I'm not going to put the honey in because it's insulin resistance. And we're going to start that crap. And I think, what do you think, Mick 64? It also confuses your metabolism. Like here I am. I'm to a point now where I got down in weight again, a number that I like. I load another new number. I call it a new number, new low number I haven't seen. And Anyway, I don't want to screw the workings up. Well, you send the wrong message. But honey in general, what do you think, Mick64? Is honey good for you? I believe it has some health properties, but I don't agree with the. Danny really thinks it's super good.
Good morning, MC 1964.
There you go. Horrible stuff. Robert, yes, Robert P. Bee vomit. Well, I don't care what it is as long as it tastes good. Let's see here. I'm just gonna go back here. Psycho plays music whenever I turn on his live stream. I don't know why it was suddenly a problem last night. Yeah, I don't know.
It depends on what he plays, But he plays everything, I'm surprised. But he has to. He says he goes back and he edits the video.
Honey's the only food that can last 1,000,000 years.
And so peanut butter. Peanut butter. You could eat that 20 years from now.
I bet. The money from those videos are going to go to the music rights owner. The owners have approved the video as long as they get paid.
Makes sense.
Tea and a workout, lifting that mug. Exactly. And I got to drink this crap. Well, I also want to get rid of my tea bag, but I don't have space here. The tea bag in here a little too long. It's still hot.
You got some tea bags that they use metal staples to attach the string to the tea bag.
Yeah.
Throw that in the microwave where you can see fireworks. Interesting.
Danny, what's your favorite Ozzy song?
It would be "Goodbye to Romance." It was written by Randy Rhoads and Ozzy Osbourne, and that's my favorite song. Ozzy song.
Yeah, I'm not familiarized enough with Ozzy. Only some Black Sabbath stuff.
Yeah, he was great.
Heavy cream is the best for your diet. Sounds like Sarasota Tim. I don't know if anybody knows. I'm not going to get into all of that, but Sarasota Tim with his heavy whipping cream. That guy doesn't learn his lesson.
James, if you get heavy cream, okay, and you pour it into a glass, okay, and hold the lid and keep shaking it up and down like that, it'll turn into butter. It'll take about less than 10 minutes. You'll have butter. All you gotta do is add a little salt.
About rock stars and drugs, I've heard that the drugs come to you in a goes to 60s video about a book on the Beatles and drugs. Of course, they can turn them down. Absolutely, and I would. People say, if you were around then, you would have a different attitude. If you were around, don't give me that. I know me. I wouldn't put crap like that in my body.
But people in rock and roll think that's what they got to do cocaine.
Whatever, because they're small-minded, puny-brained. It's like, sometimes then it makes me sick that they get blessed like that. I mean, you're blessed with, like, first of all, to start with, you got health. You got your health. You got fame. You got, sex if you want it. You got everything you could, a little power, a notoriety, everything you could want in life, money, everything. But no, I gotta put crap in my body and screw it all up. Why? I mean, there's people out there living on on Social Security, trying to make ends meet, rubbing two nickels together, have nothing. Maybe they have health ailments and everything. They're the ones that got to try to reach out, maybe get comfort stuff. I never understood that, and I never will. I'll never understand it with regular, non-celebrity people who do it either. Never understand it. How come? What are you saying, Danny? Come on, speak up, bud.
The devil's temptation.
Devil's temptation. There is no devil. I don't understand YouTube. Some channels play Beatles every day, and YouTube do nothing. You play tribute to Ozzy, and look what happens. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Maybe it was because of the circumstances that he passed. I don't know if it has anything to do with it.
Well, you have every creator has an option. You can go to a different platform where they won't bother you.
How about just don't play music? I don't get it.
Well, if you're a music channel, you want to play music, right?
I have no. I have
Oh,
the mean Mr.
Joe, you never listen to music anyway. You know
Yeah, I
what I
do.
mean? You just
Okay,
own
whatever makes you happy, Grandpa. But the thing is, on my Mean Mr. Mayo channel, it's about the Beatles predominantly, and I do all kinds of live stream talk about Beatles, discuss Beatles songs and stuff. Don't play any, don't play any music.
I know you don't.
I mean, you're gonna get in trouble. Why do it? Why chance it? I don't understand it. People know what the Beatles music sounds like. They know, they've heard it. I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
Creators take a chance because they're not going to get a strike. They'll get a warning.
Don't get a strike.
So it ain't so bad. People take a chance.
Yeah, devil dogs last a million years too. I know he loves his devil dogs. Danny has no.
No, I don't eat them no more.
You really don't, huh?
No. Nope.
Yeah. Always squeeze the bag. Yeah, I mean everybody squeeze it, but yeah, I heard that doesn't do much as far as getting more tea out of it. That's what I hear. What I read.
Yeah, you get very little, of course.
You see what I mean? Honey's all natural, but it's still pure sugar, same as using table sugar.
No, it ain't.
Yes,
Table
it is.
It's refined.
Well, it is true, but where do you do a lot of reading on this subject? Do you watch a lot of videos on these subjects?
No, I don't.
I do. It'll still spike you. That's why.
Yeah.
By the way, let's start out there. This guy. Let's see how this man's sugar is today. Why don't we do that? Nobody's asked to see it.
No, you don't want to see my sugar today.
I want to. Yes, we do, especially if it's high.
Oh, wait. No way. My sugar's not good today.
You have to say before we see it what normal is. 100's normal. Look at this guy. This is the man that's defending honey. Oh, it's natural. It's good. Meanwhile,
wait a minute. I don't eat honey every day. I have a teaspoon now and then because it's very healthy for you.
Yeah, right.
Well, I have breakfast. It's going to come down. It takes a while to come down. If I sit here, it takes longer to come down. But if I start walking around and getting busy and stuff like that, the insulin works faster. When you take insulin, you don't move. It takes a long time to get into your body. Just like they tell you, if you get bit by a rattlesnake, keep calm. Don't try to run to the fucking car or hospital because the poison is going to circulate faster. Same difference.
So what do you do? Just say it's late, sit there and quietly die, or do you try to get help?
No. If you get bit by a rattlesnake, most people got cell phones. You call 911 like you're supposed to.
Yeah, well, as far as a black mamba, you're dead. That's it. In like 15, 20 minutes.
We don't have those snakes here, so don't even worry about it.
We have different kinds of snakes here.
Yeah, sure.
Let's have that song "Goodbye to Romance."
Yeah, very good song. That was written by Randy. He was in a plane with somebody, and I think 3 people died. They crashed. They clipped the bus and they went into the house garage like that, and they died instantly. That guy Randy Rhoads was a great guitar player. And I don't think Ozzy Osbourne ever got over the loss of Randy Rhoads. I don't think he ever got over it.
Hello, Mike.
Good morning, Mike.
I'm So Tired is my favorite Ozzy song. Oh, speaking of butter, that's another thing. I want to know what Mick thinks of that. People that do carnivore diets and things supposed to have healthy fats. People are saying, now here's what Danny's going to go crazy with this, unless he agrees. People are saying, and I'm reading, that butter is actually not bad for you. It's good. It's a good fat. You need good fats. And the thing is, people put it in their coffee, butter in their tea and coffee. And I was almost thinking of doing that today, but I didn't.
You got HDL cholesterol and LDL cholesterol. LDL is bad. HDL is the good cholesterol, which you'll find in certain products. Like I said, all you gotta do is get a container of heavy cream, put it in some kind of thermos where you got the cover, and shake it up and down, and it'll start to get thicker and thicker and thicker, and you'll have homemade butter. If you want it salted, just add a little salt, and you have. Robert makes it all the time, and you know how much butter costs for a pound? It's like $4 or $5. You can make it at home for maybe $1.50. You know, and it's natural. Take it from me.
He knows. I gotta say, Daddy knows some stuff. He does. He knows some pointers about.
Yeah, sure. What do you think I'm stupid?
Well, don't ask me that. No, you know a lot of shit. Anyway, do you think Ozzy was John Lennon in heavy metal? Well, I don't know about that. It was one of the greats for sure. I mean, I'm not a big heavy metal guy, but I could tell that Black Sabbath was like. Are they the first heavy metal band or one of them? What do you think?
No. Maybe Iron Butterfly. You can go way back. You can go way back. You know, Iron Butterfly. You know, but Ozzy said in an interview, you know, he heard a Beatles song. She loves you.
Oh, she loves you.
And when he heard that song, he decided what he wanted to do in life.
Yeah, but he's not unique in that. 90 million other people.
I know he's not unique in that, but we're talking about Ozzy. You know?
Okay, thank you, Danny. And he also said, I saw a quote that he said that if it wasn't for Helter Skelter, there wouldn't be Black Sabbath. I don't know if he really said that, but I read that he said that. You know what I mean? That's something I read.
You know how they got the name Black Sabbath?
I think I did hear it once, but I don't remember it.
It was a movie playing at a theater. It was called Black Sabbath.
Well, I know that movie.
Yeah, so that's where the name come from.
How sweet it is. It's not sweet at all, actually.
Did you hear about the time where he had somebody threw him a bat? He thought it was fake rubber. He chewed their head off. Yeah, he had to get rabies shots after that. You know, and he said they're hurt.
What a fool! Shouldn't have done that. Anyway,
he was probably half lit anyway.
Oh, sure, that's more of a fool. Yeah, half lit. That's stupid to be half lit. Anyway, this is interesting. I'm going to comment on this, of course. Oddly enough, performers, artists, and the like are often introverted, shy folk. The drugs and booze bring them out of themselves. Now, look, you can't tell these days, but I was always introverted and shy. Oh, yeah, when I was a boy, a kid, yeah, oh, yeah. I was very shy, sat in the back of the class, didn't want to talk, didn't want to go up to the front of the room to give a speech. I didn't like when they called on me. I was always a shy kid. I got out of it as years went on. And whenever I would go to a club and I would have just a little drink, like I'd have a screwdriver or just a drink or two, all of a sudden I was the most calm. I was like not introverted anymore. I was ballsy. I could say what I want. And I was like, I remember thinking to myself, wow, what a shame. I was always aware when I had a little buzz on. I'd say, what a shame that I can't, you mean I can't be like this? Why do I drink this and I feel like this? Can I be like this without it? I used to say that to my friends while I was buzzed. And the thing is, but you still didn't see me going around living on it. You still didn't see me going around drinking and shooting up, snorting, drinking, drinking, doing it because I want to be like this. I knew it. I knew it wasn't smart to do. I just knew it, So I definitely missed the CD player that was built into the old car. I mean, I can play CDs though, James, because I have a portable CD player. But it's not as convenient. You have to take, before you start, you got to take, it's a little round thing, that connects in to the auxiliary. You got to pop the top, put the disc and close it. Now, if you want to like switch tracks and things when you're driving, it's hard because it's down in the, I don't know what you call it. It's down on the bottom and you can't grab it. And it's easier when it's on the dash and you just press it. And if my girlfriend's with me, if we have a long trip, I'll hand her a CD, like while I'm driving, I'll hand her a CD and then she'll take the thing and she'll put it in and give me back the old CD. And I'm like, put it in the case while I'm reaching around. So anyway, I'm really pissed off that they don't have CD players built in anymore.
Yeah, they make you buy that radio. What do you call it? Sirius FM. What do you call that shit? We pay $9.95 a month or whatever it is. If if you want to listen to music in a car, you gotta have that stuff like that. It's a lot of bullshit. They should it should be a law to put a CD player in your car. I have CD player, cassette, and radio. I have a 1997 Avalon, and I got all three. I can play cassettes. I love my cassettes. I play cassettes in my car all the time. They're very durable. You can throw them around. They play forever. I'm more cautious with my CDs. I don't like to bring them in the car because of the heat and stuff like that. So I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cassettes. But they make you pay for radio. That's another rant, Joe. You should make another rant. You're forced to buy paid radio, which should be free anyway.
Well, that's another thing too. I was pissed off when I got this car. The car that I have is a 2019. I hear they stopped putting CD players in 2016. They stopped putting them in. So
Ridiculous.
2019, I got this used car. I bought it, and when I got it, I started trying to call up Sirius XM to get it programmed, and it wouldn't take it. It wouldn't take it. I'm like, what the hell is this? Turns out my car, even though it's a 2019, I picked one that doesn't have capability for satellite radio. And I'm like, my old car, the one before that was what year was it? I think my old car was a 2008 or 9, the one before this. And that had the capability of satellite. I thought it was a standard option. I didn't know you got. Next time I know, make sure give me one with the satellite in it. Whatever.
I got free radio. I can't go to a Beatles channel or.
Well, that's another thing. I have an oldie station that is perfect.
I don't care. I play what's on, current music and stuff like that. See if I like it. But if I want to listen to Rolling Stones, I just bring it with me in the car. But I have regular radio. It's free.
Yeah. They play nothing but crap unless you happen to listen to the ones you like. Like I find, like on Long Island, they got a great oldie station. It's fantastic. Odyssey. Yeah, I thought of this too. Connie Francis and Ozzy, two different ends of the spectrum. Very different. Oh no, we got to talk about Guido now. Come on.
Yeah, he's okay. He's doing okay. He's doing the best he can. He's got to control his sugar more, because they have
doesn't care. The man doesn't care. I never met him, but from what you're telling me, the man doesn't. He's a walking time bomb.
He's just thick-headed.
I know, like his brother. You both thick-headed.
He's got to get a wire put in his heart, the lower part of the heart, so his heart pumps better. But every time he goes to the doctor, his sugar is 350, 400, and the doctor said, we can't do surgery because you're high risk for infection because your sugar's so high. So he doesn't take his insulin. He takes because he don't eat too much that he don't have to take insulin. So in the morning it might be 100, so he won't take the insulin.
You don't have to.
And then no, at 100 you still take your insulin because you're gonna eat breakfast, you're gonna eat lunch.
No, you don't. No, you don't. My girlfriend is a doctor.
No, don't bullshit because I you don't take insulin. I do. I know how it works.
No, because you're a fool who eats all kinds of crap, does whatever he wants, and then shoots the insulin to try to counteract it. Right? Don't eat bread. My girlfriend doesn't eat all this crap, so she's able to get away without insulin.
No. What is the point of living if you can't eat what you want? Do it, in moderation.
What's the point of living? I'll tell you what the point of living is, because at least you live.
Bullshit.
If you eat crap, you'll die. So you're better off living.
Hey, don't worry, Joe. It comes a point where you can't eat anything. You're not supposed to smoke. You can't screw anymore. What is there left? You start to lose your hearing. Your eyesight goes.
Here's the gloom and doom, Danny. Gloom and doom, Danny. Oh, jeez. I don't know what you're talking about. The only thing I've had is my eyesight's not what it was when I was younger. But the hearing, whatever. The hearing is fantastic. You mentioned the other thing. There's no problem in the other department. So
I don't have a problem either. But
I wonder.
No. But that's what happens.
See, 122. That's better. That's good.
Yeah. My last A1C was 9. I went up to 11 at one time, so I'm doing better than 11.
Wait a minute. When was your A1C 9, man?
This year. This year. That's
terrible. And you take insulin, it's still 9. What the hell's wrong with you?
Wait, no. After they told me it was 9 and stuff like that, I got really serious. I cut all that shit. I got a divorce. I got divorced from Twinkies, Devil Dogs, Ringings.
We'll see about that.
Joe, listen. Yeah, the last time I had blood work, okay, I get a call from the nurse saying that I have to see a urologist and an endocrinologist. Endocrinologist is diabetes doctor because my A1C was 9, and a urologist because I had a urine test. It's called PSA. Okay, I don't know.
Why are you telling me this? I'm not interested in your life story.
No, I am interested. I just like an opportunity to put that in.
My number was 7. So when it's 7, it's supposed to be between 1 and 4. When it's 7, they want to check your prostate. So they want to do a biopsy, and that's what they did. So I just had blood work done. And another thing, you made a video about people don't want to talk to each other, and you just put up that clip. That clip.
Well, all I know, Danny, is, I got my blood work done in April, and it was really good. Everything was good. I was very happy.
Joe, in 3 months it could change. We're not here forever.
It's not going to change. It's not going to change because in the last 3 months I've done even better with the food. I've even eaten less sugar. I've even I've been healthier. So it's going to be even better.
Joe, when your car starts to get older, I can't say cars don't have carburetors no more, but the old cars, they start to get old. The carburetors don't work too good no more. The fuel pump is not too good. That's what happens. Sure. Happens to our organs. After a while, the heart don't work good. The kidneys want to fail. You know what I mean?
You have to change the oil. You got to keep it clean. You got to look after it. You got to maintain your car. Then it lasts longer. Same thing with the human body. Same thing. Now, I'm not talking about accidents. I'm talking about things we can't control.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, the only way you can take care of yourself is medicines. You know what I mean?
You don't. You do not use medicine. You try to avoid medicines by taking natural care of yourself. Danny, you got it all backwards, man. You got it all. And you know what? There's so many things I know I wanted to say, but we're talking about I forgot all the other topics. I wanted to talk about other things.
We gotta talk about your dementia. You
got dementia.
Like the movie chat, and when you first came on, you said, "I forgot about the chat." How could you forget about the chat
That's not the same thing. That's the kind of thing that could have happened if you were, 18. That could have happened. That was I was watching TV and I got sidetracked at the time, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm supposed to be on the movie chat, and I forgot it, and I was like 15 minutes late. But that's not the same thing to me. Believe me, I have other things that make me question whether I'm getting early dementia. Believe me, but that's not one of them. But I forget, there were so many topics we were talking about. Let's back up. He was talking about so many things, and I'm like, when he shuts his mouth, I have to expand on it. But I can't think of what they were already.
Hold that thought. Robert P. PSA was 7, so they did a biopsy. They did a biopsy of my prostate. No cancer. There's no cancer. It could be I have an enlarged prostate. That's why they give me Fromax. That's another thing. I got it here, but I didn't take it yet. I had it for several weeks, but I'm not taking it right away because I got to talk to my cardiologist because that lowers your blood pressure a little bit, and because. I
got to shut him up because he just keeps going on and on and on. This guy might answer this guy's question.
I'm telling you, Joe, you're a pain in the ass.
Wait a minute. Were you guys around in the 60s? Well, I know I don't look it.
Steven, I want to thank you very much for that compliment. I was around in the 50s.
Yeah. Well, Danny looks like he was around in the 40s, but I was around from 62 to 60 to 69. I was around.
I was born 1956.
Listen, I know what I wanted. Now I remember because you brought up PSA and all that stuff. So I said I went to the doctor, and my blood work was in April, and then that was pretty recent. And when I got looked at, the A1C went down. The last time it was checked before that, it was 6.3, which is right there, right flirting with diabetes. But then it was 5.9 when I got it in April. So it went down. Now I'm sure if I got it done now, it'd be even lower. You know, that's a great year to be born in, as long as you don't get drafted. But other than the draft, that's perfect.
At that particular time, you get up in age there, and then you're ready for Vietnam War.
She don't like the Black Sabbath movie. I like the Karloff story very much. Oh, look at this! I forgot. I missed Marcus.
Good morning, Marcus.
My name in lowercase letters and Danny's in caps.
I love
The state
Marcus.
of New York does have rattlesnakes. Google lists the 5 most infested areas of the state. Well, in the 63 plus years I've been here, I don't think I've ever seen one. Having said that, now I'm going to see one.
We also have MC 1964. We also have what they call the copperhead. You usually find more of them in Pennsylvania, but they're here and they're very dangerous. Thank you, James.
He's definitely smart in a lot of ways. He is. When it comes to his own health, he's not too bright. But supposedly, butter has something that's good for the intestinal lining.
Yeah. So is fiber. Fiber is a scrubber. You eat fiber, and it scrubs the colon and everything else. Your intestines.
Metamucil every day. A glass of Metamucil.
Yep. And you go to the bathroom more. Often.
I don't have a problem with that. I'm looking to stop going that often. So don't give me any of that. But I have stopped it for eating the way I'm eating now is helping that a lot.
Well, Joe, if you don't eat at all, you won't have to go to the bathroom. So you can solve that problem.
No, that's not true in my case. But I'm not going to go into details. That's not true. Ozzy worshipped the Beatles. I know there was that kind of funny meeting. The first time, I don't understand how. I think Paul was on Howard Stern. I think it was 2001. And Ozzy never got to meet him until then. Are you going to tell me in all those years they never met? And he goes up there and he's like, I just want to say, and Paul's standing there. First of all, if you watch the clip, Ozzy starts coming in backstage. And Paul's like, oh, no, you're not bringing him in here. Oh, no, like that. He's trying to act nice. And he's standing there and he's listening. He must hear this stuff all the time. He's like smiling, Paul. He's like, the biggest fan, He goes, I watching you guys made me want to play music, and all this kind of, he's just like, he's like, oh. I thought it was
And now Paul's talking like that.
Exactly. You might notice that my impression of Ozzy is the same as my impression of Old Man Paul.
Right.
There's a long debate over what constitutes heavy metal and who was first. Helter Skelter counts as a heavy metal song. Some say Led Zeppelin was the first heavy metal. Others say well, wait a minute. Zeppelin, did they start in 69? No, 68. No, they did, because Zeppelin 2 was 69.
I think it was Iron Butterfly. That's what I think. In the God of Davida, I think that song is older than everybody else.
When we're on a trip or something, we each share. We take turns and stuff like that. But a lot of times she has no problem. I don't know what it is. Like I had my ex-wife. We used to watch TV. She always controlled the TV, and it's like, who do you think you are? And for some reason, my girlfriend's always giving me the remote. Like she wants me to control the TV. I don't know what that's about. But
Right.
I have an MP3 player in the car. Yeah.
Never owned one.
No, CDs were not the start of the downfall in my book. CDs were a wonderful thing, absolutely wonderful thing, and still are. Even though I still like vinyl as well. I appreciate vinyl. But yeah.
Never had an 8-track player. Some songs would the track would change in the middle of a song. It would switch over. It was really annoying.
Yeah, you're ruining our show with that.
Oh.
Well, anyway, what is that? Don't show me a number.
Oh, yeah, there's no number there.
I saw it. You might say something you don't want her to say. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm going to address this. I rarely eat any fruit, a few times a year. If I did, it would only be when it's in season locally. Well, that's where you and I differ. I'm basically on, I guess, a keto kind of diet, ketovore. I eat eggs, I eat meat, I eat vegetables, and I do eat fruit. I have fruit every day, and I believe in that. I don't believe a lot of these people out there that say, "Oh, you don't eat fruit, fruit's bad." Nonsense. Okay. Now I know if you have a problem, if you're a diabetic or something, like I know my girlfriend doesn't eat a lot of fruit, maybe a few berries here and there, but she doesn't eat fruit because of the diabetes thing. But the thing is, I don't have any problem. I believe if you, unless you have a problem, fruit's good for you. I believe. Sure. Danny, are you off the mic yet? Or what's going on? Take your mic off. Put it on, rather. Oh, you do this on your own time, bud. In the 80s, a friend of mine had an old car that had an 8-track tape player. He had a double 8-track. Yeah, we used to have that. We used to have cars that had 8-track players, sure. Satellite radio sounds like crap. I know every time I'm in the car with my friend Anthony, and he's got satellite radio. His car, I mean, it goes out all the time. It goes out, it comes back, it goes out, it comes back. I mean, what the hell is that? There you go. There's a message for Danny, but he's busy right now. I think John had a car that had a record player in it, records. Which I think is kind of ridiculous, but I would listen to terrestrial radio in
That was Robin. That was Robin.
Yeah, I heard her voice.
So in response to Mark Taylor, Robin is not here. She's in Woodstock, New York.
I didn't even get to Mark Taylor yet.
There's my all right, Lola. There's my Shelby. There's Shelby girls.
Shelby's okay. Shelby's allowed here, but not Lola.
She's a good. What the hell going on here? Somebody else. Aspen Dental. Oh shit! I gotta take this call.
Oh. He's got his dental call here. He got dental issues right now. Joe is right. Thank you. Don't eat cake and then shoot up. That's what people do. That's what they do. They do this, and I believe there's people that do the same thing with weight loss drugs. They do that. They want to eat whatever the flip they want to eat, and they take that to go easy, an easy way out. And I've heard people say, "Oh, that's not true." You don't know what you're talking about, because when you're doing these things like Ozempic or Wegovy or Mounjaro, all those things, you still have to make sure that you eat properly. You can't just do that. Well, I'm sure there are people that do it the right way, that they take the jab for weight loss, appetite suppressant, and then they eat good too. A lot of people, they abuse it. I'm talking about those people. I'm addressing those people who abuse it. Not the ones that are doing it proper. But then I do have something to say about the ones who do it proper. If you're a person out there that's doing it properly, in other words, you're taking a weight loss drug, weight loss injection, and you're eating, but you're also exercising and eating well too. Good for you. However, why don't you if you're exercising and eating well anyway, why don't you do it and not have a shot? That's what I don't get.
Oh God.
Yes. Did you call my name?
That was Aspen Dental. Yeah, they want to know what insurance I got, bastards. That's all they worry about is the money. They don't give a shit if you're in pain or not.
Yeah. Daddy's got a dental issue.
Nah, if I play with my tooth, it'll start to bother me.
Stop playing with your tooth.
No, I'm not playing with it. I'll leave it alone. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
So next time I have a live chat, I have one less tooth.
Danny's the king of comedy. King of chaos, too.
Yeah, chaos.
Did you get your new glasses fixed yet? These glasses I'm wearing are the old glasses. What I decided to do was I got new lenses, new prescription, and I didn't like them. twice I did that. 2 different frames even. We tried 2 different frames. I didn't like either one. I said, I don't want my money back. So they didn't refund me for the exam, but they refunded me everything else. So that's what I did. And these are the old glasses, which I'm living with. You know what I mean? And what I like about the old glasses, I can see the computer screen through the bottom. These are old glasses. I could look at the bottom with the reading part, and I could see everything clear on here. When I was wearing the new ones, there's that distance. The computer was never clear. You know, that's a problem too. So
Joe, why'd you go for new glasses in the first place?
Okay, good question. That's a fair question. I went there because these glasses, for whatever reason, at the time, a couple of months ago, started to get to the point where every time I cleaned them, and at the time I was using Windex, which I found out you're not supposed to use on glasses, or even sometimes I'd use water, just water. And, hold on, and sometimes I'll forget, and sometimes I read you use Dawn dishwashing liquid. Even some people use that, so I was using that. But no matter what I did, these glasses they still stayed like kind of hazy. So I said, I think what happened is I've had these glasses 3 years, and I think that the lenses, I had all kinds of coatings on there, you know, anti-glare, all this kind of stuff. So I think that the coating was starting to wear off. So I think I needed to get a new coat, like a new lenses. And as long as I'm there, maybe I need a new prescription. Maybe my vision's changed. So they gave me, but you know, when I get new glasses, like anybody, I don't know about you, but most people say they have a real tough time adjusting for a while. It looks weird. You got to wear them a lot. So I hated it. Then I realized, get to the end. When I went to the store to get the new glasses, I'd also bought a special lens cleaning spray. When I do these old glasses with the spray, it's easier to keep them from streaking. Okay? Better than Windex or water or Dawn. So in other words, if I can keep these with the spray, if I can keep the lens cleaners and these one can stay kind of clearer, I'll keep the old glasses. I don't know. When I got these two, I hated them because there's a video I made ranting about it on my other channel, Mr. Mayo, about how bad the glasses. Now I got to catch up here because I know there's lots of comments I haven't. Where did the button go to buy your lunch? Good question. The problem is I'm not monetized here yet. That's why we're doing these live streams over here, because I have to get in order to be monetized here, I have to have what they call 4,000 public watch hours. When I started here a couple weeks ago, I only had like 1 hour public watch. I need 4,000. Now I got 760. So already I've gone from 1 to 760. In just a couple of weeks, so I'm trying to build them up, and then I'll be. So if anybody ever wants to make a generous contribution, the way to do it is on my other channels, my other two other channels.
That's slick, Joe. Yeah, you can do that. Yep. If there's a will, there's a way.
Right, and when you say there's a will, when there's a will, there's a way. This too, CD player. I always said this. Why can't you install a CD player? You know. I had a 12-disc player installed in the trunk of my car. Well, I don't want it in the trunk. I want it right in the front.
Yeah, I know. Best Buy used to install audio equipment. I don't know if they still do because I haven't been at a Best Buy in years. But I know years back they did installations. And there's other people that do install. Yeah, you can have anything installed in your car, you know. But it's costly, but it's worth it, you know, especially if you have good speakers and stuff like that. The sound is awesome. It's worth every penny, you know.
Danny, Charles says, why eat all these healthy foods to live an extra year in a health care home?
That's right. I'm going to eat what I want to a certain point, except for sweets like double door, because you're looking for trouble, you know. But I'm Italian.
Are you found it in your life?
Wait a minute. I'm Italian. I like my bread. I don't give a shit if I shorten my life by 5 years. I'm still going to eat my bread.
What about the quality of life?
I got good quality. I got Robin. What more do you want?
Here's the thing, Charles. I mean, none of us. Let's face it. As Danny would agree, none of us knows what's going to happen in the future. No, we don't know.
We don't know.
And you could eat really healthy and still get screwed.
Right.
You know? Or
not only that, These days, you could be walking down the street and get plowed by a car. You know,
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
it happens very often. And the other day, 25 people were hit by a car. You know what I mean?
That
Come on.
has nothing to do with it. Look at Ozzy, for example. Okay, the poor man, he's dead, but I think he did a lot of it to himself. Okay, he might have been another 10, 15 years, maybe. Okay?
Well, maybe not, because he had a severe, I think a 3-wheeler or 4-wheeler accident. You know, he got on one of those ATVs and he got really hurt bad. You know, and of course, wait a minute, let me finish.
I'm going to forget. That's why. Go ahead.
You're not going to forget anything. I'll remind you. After that, you know, you got pain. So when they prescribe oxycodone or other medications, which are very addictive. Opioids are very addictive, you know, because your brain goes through chemical change after you take that shit. And, you know, he drank a lot. It's very hard for people like that. They got a low tolerance for alcohol, so it's very easy to go back.
I don't want to hear it. Don't drink. I don't care how hard it is. Don't not drink.
No, it's not that easy. It's not that easy.
It's not easy, but you got to do it.
Thank God.
You know?
Thank God I learned from my father, because he used to drink, but he was a good man. My father was a great man.
My father was an alcoholic. Okay,
I learned my lesson. I never touched alcohol.
Enough now.
I'm 69 years old. If I had 3 beers in my lifetime, that's
the bottom line is, yeah, my biological father was an alcoholic. But the thing is, I just never did. I'm not saying because that might have been part of the reason, but I was too busy having fun, listening to my records, watching my movies, collecting Monster magazines. That's what I got excited. That's what got me up and high, and I didn't need to do anything else. That's me. So I don't understand it. Okay, now so much I want to say, but I can't get it all out. What else? You say something. Go ahead.
You got to be high on life. You know,
that's what it is. That's what it is. But the thing is, again, I'm going to stick with this, Charles, because I haven't gotten it all out of my system yet. I don't understand people like Danny that say, do whatever you want in life, you know, live recklessly because you could get hit by a bus, you know.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest attitude ever, you know. And if you know, I'm getting like really like, you know, intense, and I know that. This is the reason I'm getting this intense.
I'm afraid that stupidity always brings out the worst in me.
Stupidity?
Yes, stupidity.
And the greatest line ever made. But the thing is, you think that by eating healthy, Charles, maybe you get 1 more year in a nursing home? I'll tell you one thing. I'd rather have my mental faculties so that if I do have to go in a nursing home, at least I know what's going on. Nobody's abusing me. Like I'm kind of like in charge of my faculty. You know, I'm going to eat as healthy as I can and let the chips roll where they may. Myself.
A lot of things have to do with genetics. You know, they say it's all genetics. You know, if you have a family, a big family, and half of them suffer from heart disease, you know, that's a genetic problem. You know,
Listen, you're making excuses.
Some people are very fortunate; they live to 100. They never had a headache in their life. You know, some people die at the age of 30, 20. You know,
yeah, whatever. You're so gloom and doom. But anyway, be that as it's a fact. But the bottom line is that there's times when people have inherited bad genetics and they wind up dying. Okay, true, can't deny that. But there's other people. My stepfather. I talked about my father now. My stepfather's an example. His birthday's in August. He's going to be like, let me think. With my fingers, he's going to be 86 in August. Okay, this guy has a family history. They die in their 50s. All right, but he lived a healthy life. Now, I know. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, you know, if it's genetic. This guy lived a healthy life, pretty much. Never drank, never smoked. Well, I mean, maybe socially, but didn't smoke. Never smoked. Exercise, all this stuff. He's 89. Okay, he had cancer. I think it's more than before COVID, and he's still doing well. But so there you go. So you know, I like people that say there's nothing you could do about it. Just do what you want because what's going to happen is going to happen. That's what Danny thinks, right? Danny, when your time's up, it's up, right?
Yeah, yeah, most circumstances, when God wants you, you're going. You know, if you're walking down the street and you get shot, it could be different. But as far as when your body breaks down and you have organ failure, this and that, you know, it's a calling of God.
Sometimes it breaks down and you have organ failure because of things you've done
sure.
wrong your whole life.
What?
Anyway, I want to talk about this because may need new hips. Of course, it's all free in Australia. I'm jealous that it's free. I'm jealous that it's free. Although I got to think, I just said to my girlfriend yesterday, I said, you know, medical, you know, service sucks in this country, you know, and she goes, no. The it says, you know, all the red tape and all that stuff sucks, but the medical care is great in the United States. So I don't know how good the medical care. We should have best, but how good is it in Australia if it's free? I don't know. I mean, somebody pays them, right? I know that, but
yeah, well,
I wish it was free.
It's like Canada. They you know, they have free medical, but everything they buy are paying through the nose. You know what I mean?
Are you going to?
Wait a minute, Jerry Carter. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you don't need it, but if you need it, have it done because I've seen you. You're pretty young, and watch those pain meds. Take them as
a picture of her as young.
No. I seen her. She had a
right.
chat with Rachel.
That's right. You're right. I'm wrong.
She's young. Are you kidding me or what?
All right. Anyway, everybody's young compared to you, Danny.
Watch those painkillers. Don't take more than you have to. Yeah, follow the instructions. You know, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, whatever. Don't take too many because they're very addictive.
All right. Here's the thing. I was on the show with Rachel. Can you let me talk a little bit, please?
You're going to try the 24-hour fast this week.
I was on the show with Rachel, and a lot of people, this is very popular now, fasting. I do, put it this way, every day I do fasting because I've said this before. I stop eating. I stop eating for the day around 6:30 p.m. after dinner, and I try not to eat again till around noon the next day. So that's a lot of hours, but it's not 24 hours. That's I don't know, 15 to. I go like no. 16, 17, no, it's more than 16. It's like 18 hours without eating sometimes, 17, 18 hours, which is a lot. But anyway, but I've heard that if you're plateauing, happens to me, and you, no matter what you do, you exercise, you move, you're eating well, and you still wind up seeing the same number all the time. That if you go 24 hours, you'll start seeing an improvement. It shocks your system. It makes your metabolism start working more or something. So let's put it this way, James. I've thought about it. I think I can do it. Yeah, if I have it in my mind that I want it, you have to want it. If I want it, I can do it. It won't be easy.
Oh, anyway, wait a minute. Chauncey Phillips, hello.
I'm nowhere near there.
Scoozy, where the hell are you? I don't even know where you are.
If you would shut up for a while.
One more thing. Jerry Carter, I'm 69, so you're a baby.
But when you said Scoozy, I was glad to hear that she was here. Hello, Sue.
Hello.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about. So I'm saying you guys were talking about the 24-hour fast, and that's what I'm thinking. Nice. You know what? But here's the thing. Because of you saying, hi, Scoozy, now I had to go all the way to the bottom to see her. Now I got to go all the way back up to find where I left off. Do me a favor. Let me get through this.
Now, I was invited here. You knew I was coming.
Now, I was invited here. You knew I was coming.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
Absolutely. I should be prepared for your nonsense. I know. I should be prepared. All right. Yeah, oh, come on. Here we go. Well, I mean, where the hell are we here? All right, here we go.
Oh, why? Oh, you found it?
I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you.
Why are you looking? Piccolino the cat. Hello.
You be quiet because I'm going to put it up later. Okay. Yeah, drink more water for God's sake. PSA 7. You know what the hell?
Oh yeah, Robert P. I have no cancer. Enlarged prostate. I have.
First of all, Bela Lugosi only played Dracula in 2 movies: Dracula and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. He only played. So I'm going to say Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. It's more entertaining. So anyway, wow, I'm way behind. All right.
Oh yeah, I can tell you, you're about 20 comments behind, maybe 25.
Well, if you be quiet, I'll be a little faster. I used to be sharp as a tack with names and dates, but now I use the alphabet to figure it out. Hello, Ramoga.
Hello.
Danny's favorite line is, "You talking to me?"
Oh, that's Robert De Niro,
Oh, there you go again, Danny.
taxi driver.
All right, so I'm going up, I'm going down. Yeah, finally, there we go. Hey, will you stop? You take a cold shower, will you, Mark? Come on, man, take a cold shower.
She's not here. She's in Woodstock, like I said earlier. She's in Woodstock. She's been there since Monday night, you know.
There you go. Late 68 for the first Zeppelin album. Released early 69. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to skip a lot of comments. This is great interaction, guys. Just what we expect from Joe and Danny. He is absolutely, without a doubt, the king of chaos. This guy, chaos ensues.
You see, Joe likes to come here. He knows I'm right all the time. Hey, what does he do?
Shut up.
He mutes me. Huh?
Baloney.
He's like
Baloney.
he can't handle the truth.
That's not why I mute you at all. Get out of here, because you don't never stop.
Oh, shit. Hey, that's what this is, a discussion. What do you want me to do? Put a zipper on?
I think we talked about this the other day. Yeah, I don't think I'm familiar with it. I may be RVP car. Do you think all people overeat because of sadness? Yeah, that's one of the reasons. One of the excuses people use. Absolutely.
No, I eat because I'm Italian. I love food. You know, I'm Italian, but believe it or not, I don't eat a lot of food.
So am I.
I don't eat. I prefer rice over pasta. Well, rice is just as bad, maybe even worse, because it got cyanide in it too. No, arsenic. It's got arsenic. It comes from the ground, so you're not supposed to eat too much rice. But I'm not really a spaghetti eater.
Hello, Piccolina the cat.
Good morning. Good morning.
I got to say hello. If you could take a pill, eat what you want, no exercise, but lose weight, would you take it? Well, a magic pill kind of thing. If there was such a thing, but you see, it would have to be harmless. You'd have to be guaranteed that it's harmless. It's not going to hurt you, no side effects. Then I would take it. Sure, who wouldn't do that?
Yeah, sure.
You take like a natural vitamin or something, like, take vitamin C every morning, and that makes you able to eat whatever the hell you want and not exercise and lose weight. Sure. But I remember a commercial with Cher from the 70s, and she's working out or something, and she goes, "If it came in a pill, everybody would have a great body." Exactly.
Yeah, I love Cher. He's a great performer.
Vodka is a good glass cleaner.
Yeah, possibly.
Strawberry Fields playing at Tanner Park. I don't know where Tanner Park is. If it's in New York City, I don't go in New York City. I'm not in the city. I'm too old to learn the new tech crap. King of Metal, Ozzy, right?
Prince of Darkness. He's known as a Prince of Darkness.
Is that something to be proud of? I don't know.
Yeah, that's his image. That was always his image. He loved it, because you think of the band Black Sabbath. What do you think of? Devil.
Yeah, I know.
Music is referring to the devil. If you listen to Black Sabbath, they don't worship the devil. In fact, they wear crosses. You know what I mean?
Rachel says hi, by the way. Hello.
Hello.
Rachel.
I watched your video Sunday. It was good to see your face again. You and I call her Sue. Yeah, Sue. Yeah, it was great to see you. It's been a long time, since I seen you on a live chat.
Do you know that veal calves never get hit by a truck because they're caged all their life? Wow.
So James Farley, you can come up with better than that.
Eating healthy is a long-term investment, Danny. Absolutely.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I told Robin too, and it's for myself too. If you're 40 years old and you're very heavy and you go on a diet, and your lifespan is going to be to 80, You got to be on a 40-year diet, because once you go off that diet, that weight's coming back. So the diet is the rest of your life. It's a life sentence.
It's
That's
a
what
life sentence. It's a lifestyle. Anyway, I wanted to ask Sue
want.
about this. She says I fired myself. What I want to know about this is I saw a little bit of the playback, very little, or whatever Rachel had done. I was under the impression you just elected to stay off the Ozzy stream. You're not permanently removing yourself from the show, right? Just for the Ozzy stream. Did I understand that right?
Oh, yeah. Before she comments, I was watching her Ozzy special this morning because it was on. She put up yesterday. I think yesterday. I was watching it this morning, and the first few minutes. Well, it got into like less than 10 minutes. She said that Sue quit because it's too stressful, and then Joe contacted me to do the live stream, and I got to finish watching the rest of it. What do you want, Loli? Here's my Lola Falina. It's a Lola Falana.
Shut up. I don't like Lola. I like
I
Shelby.
love Lola.
She's a vicious animal that bit her owner, and you showed Danny showed a bloody arm once. All kinds of things. Look at that. Anyway, I don't say this much, but I eat the way I do because I'm an 11-year cancer survivor. Good for you. I consider every year is a plus for me. Absolutely.
Right. God bless you. These are the crap calls that nobody talks on the phone.
Come on, get out of here. It's bothering us.
Yeah, I know. It bothers me too because there's nobody on the other end. I get calls all day long. Nobody leaves a message.
I'm 64, Cherry Carter says.
Oh, when I'm 64, we're gonna play that Beatles song.
Yeah, next year for me.
After 64, it goes real quick.
What's this all about? I don't appreciate Rachel coming on Tuesday nights when Psychos is on. I got news for you. I got to tell you, I might be coming on Tuesday nights. When I get to September, I'm going to be going back to that schedule where I got to go over to that detention center classroom place. I call it that, unfondly. And I'm going to have to kill time over there, so I may very well be on Tuesday nights again.
Wait a minute. Go back to that comment, James. What's the big deal? You got the replay. No matter where you go, you see James Farley. You can go on 10 different chats. He's there on every chat.
Oh, that's what he means. You mean you can't go on both chats? Is that what you mean, James? You can't go on both chats at once?
He told me he got multiple setups. He got like 2 computers.
I've heard enough about Bela Lugosi, Frankenstein, Dracula to last me a lifetime. Well, you're kind of young still, so I don't know about that. What's your favorite Jack Nicholson movie? Mine's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Big surprise.
I think The Postman Always Rings Twice.
Yeah.
They got the original and they got the remake. I like the one with Jack.
One of my favorite quotes of sexual innuendos from Danny is that you can't have pasta every day. Sometimes you want something else.
Oh, yeah. It's like you're married and you say let's say your wife is spaghetti, okay? You don't want to eat spaghetti every day. You want to go find some rice. You know what I mean?
Hello, Uncle Paul. I want to ask you a question. I got your gift. Uncle Paul sent me a gift. It was this, and I want to ask a question about it here. All right, I'm gonna blow this up. He sent me this here. It's shark candy. This thing is very cool. The head, the tail, the whole damn thing. Jaws, right? But what I want to know about it is it supposed to be bent like that, or is it just trying to straighten it out? It's kind of bent. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad that this is really cool, and I'm glad to have it. I was just wondering if that's the way it was. When you open up the inside, they have stuff that I'm not going to eat, but I'll preserve it for collector's reasons. This is the shark candy. It looks like shark teeth.
Right, very cool.
Candy's in there.
It might be like that on purpose. Joe said he's gonna put Tums in there. Joe's he's gonna
Yeah.
put Tums in there.
When you aggravate me,
Oh,
I
shit.
just open up my jaws pack and take the Tums out.
I heard everything.
Every time I do this, I can't get it to stay. All right. Oh God. Anyway, so I want to know about that.
It's a very nice gift. That it's the thought that counts, Joe.
Hey, any kind of gift is fantastic. Send the gifts to the record store. Whoa, okay, now I'm guessing. Okay, Danny was right. He said that, and I misunderstood. I am managing my stress. Well, you got to do what you got to do. I understand that. And see, I had to do that for a while too, Sue. I had to get off the show with Danny. Talk about stress. My stress level was through the roof.
I'll tell you something.
This guy.
I'll tell you something, Sue. There's things in life you can control, and there's things in life you have no control over. So the things that you don't have any control over, there's no point in worrying about it because there's nothing you can do. Just go. You wake up every morning, thank God that you're awake, and tell yourself today is going to be a good day. You know, if it's not enough, you can always seek medical attention. Get something for. A lot of people suffer from anxiety, which anxiety can do a lot of damage to you. Not make you die or anything like that.
All right, that's enough. Okay, anyway, I'll be in the chat when I can, and for sure on Sundays. That's another thing. Sunday, I'll be probably watching Rachel's show a lot. But the thing is, too, remember I said Tuesdays? Wait a minute. So both the times Rachel's on happen to be my times because, like I said, once I get to September, I'm going to have that situation where I got to accompany my girlfriend to her job over at the school thing. So I will be on Tuesday nights probably, and 2 Sunday mornings a month I'll be on as well. Not every Sunday, but 2 Sundays a month. So in other words, I can't help that. So,
hey, Jerry, let me finish. They have medicine for anxiety, for stress, that you can
take. Come on, Daddy.
What? Klonopin. Klonopin is one good drug for anxiety. It'll make you relax. I don't take that stuff.
Hello, Rick. How are you?
Why you do that shit?
That's funny.
I'm going to tell you something. Not funny. Listen to me. 2 things put me in a mental hospital. The first thing was when my wife left me in 2002. The second thing that put me in a mental hospital was after open heart surgery. After open heart surgery, I got very depressed. I couldn't sleep. And what happens is when you have a lot of anxiety, the anxiety keeps you up. You can't go to sleep.
Oh, boy, you had a busy day.
Joe, you got some nerve treating your guests the way you treat.
Oh, you're not a guest. You're a co-host.
So anyway, both times I were in the hospital, it was like 8 and 9 days, but I got better, with the help of Klonopin. And then eventually, I didn't stay on it long, but it helped me to relax,
Don't worry about this, Silver Phantom. I will. I'll never stop talking about the Universal Monsters. Never.
Well, anyway, I learned a lot about mental because my sister suffers from depression, Klonopin is what they call benzodiazepine family, which are opiates. They could be very addictive if you abuse them. If you take them as prescribed, you won't have a problem. But it'll take the anxiety away, the stress away, because your body builds up a chemical when you get stressed out that's not good for you.
Aluminum's not good for you. I was taking something that had aluminum in it for a while. I said, screw that. I stopped.
Well, antacids. You can take a teaspoon of baking soda, put it in water. It ain't gonna taste good, but if you don't want to taste it, you just hold your nose. That'll dissolve any acid in your body, and it tells you on the container you can use it for acid reflux. Baking soda.
If we're talking about the Tuesday night shows, I'd probably be going on 7 p.m. Eastern on the Tuesday night shows. If we're talking about Sunday morning shows, that's probably around 9:30 a.m. Eastern, which is like about a half hour, I think, before Rachel. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I put it this way. This is true. I do, whenever I can, do everything in my power to try to avoid other people with regular, like if I, friends of people I like and stuff. Like Doc Dacus, he goes on Sundays at 4 p.m. I try to avoid going on Sunday at 4 p.m. I don't want to trip him up or him trip me up. And there's times when he goes on Thursday nights as well. And I try not to do that. But sometimes I can't help it. Like if I'm doing a special interview with somebody or a show, they can only do Sundays. I'm going to go on Sunday, But you'll be good with Jack Benny in a skit about being cheap. Yeah, you are a cheapskate. That's true. Jack and Danny go shopping.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I know they put sugar in it. Yes, I know that. But if I take like 2 or 3 Tums a month, it's a lot. I don't take that many of them. See, everybody's going after Danny, not buying Robin pizza. He makes a baked one, won't buy her a pizza, all this kind of stuff.
Homemade is the best. Cherry Carter. Yeah, the caboose is not left behind. There's a I call it a flat car, where they put coal or sand and stuff like that. But it looks disconnected. But you can see right here, there's a train right there. Yeah, it's a beautiful picture in real life. You get a lot of glare from the light, but it's really, really well detailed. And
there you go. All right, with the caboose. If you eat right, you don't have acid reflux. I haven't taken any in years. Well, this guy doesn't want to know about that. He wants to do what he wants to do.
Wait a minute. You'll get acid reflux if you eat a meal and you lay flat. Like you go to bed, you lay flat. Then the acid creeps. But if you stay upright, like I am, like that, the acid can't come up into your esophagus, and you're not acid reflux.
Right.
Also get it if you do gardening work, like Robin, she'll bend over a lot to pull weeds and stuff like that. And what happens is her stomach is pushed in a little bit, and it pushes the acid up.
Well, when you first said that, if you eat before you go to bed, and you lay down, that's true. But the thing is, he said eat right. Eat right also doesn't just mean the types of foods you eat, but the timing and everything. You shouldn't be eating before you go to bed and lay down to begin with.
The acid has nothing to do with what you're eating. When your food enters your stomach, the acid is produced to break the food down. So it doesn't matter what you eat. The body's going to produce acid.
Well, you're asking if there's a schedule for the Joe and Danny show. Well, I'm saying I think we're pretty safe in saying that Friday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern, we're definitely going to go live on Friday mornings. That's the main time, and then I think there's impromptu like whenever we want to do it, like today, for example. So the main time is Friday mornings at 8. I would say, right, Danny?
Yeah, sure.
So what did you do with your mama's picture? You had a picture of your mom up there, and you
I have it. I'm going to put it elsewhere. But we just painted, so I have to put it elsewhere. Maybe I'll put it on a more narrow wall. So it was up here. That little picture was up here on a great big wall, and it didn't look right. But Robin put it there. That's my mama.
I don't. He doesn't get a reflux at all ever.
No, a lot of people don't get reflux, but you can't even lay down flat.
Danny, you like Paul Walker?
Paul Walker. Is that the guy from the Fast and Furious?
Oh, somebody asked about the Fast and Furious. I've never seen a movie. I think it was Dino might have asked. I don't know who it was, but I've never seen a movie, and I have no desire to see a Fast and Furious.
Yeah, there's like 8 of them. Those movies are bullshit. You know why they're bullshit? Because I'm sure many of your kids got the idea from that show and they ended up killing themselves on the highway. Those movies are a lot of bullshit. They should be banned because kids think, oh, I can do that too. So they jump in these cars and they want to do 130 miles an hour and they can't negotiate a turn. and they get killed.
That's
You know,
pretty funny talk though from a guy that loves slasher movies like you do.
there's two different things. You know, I love car racing, drag racing. I love it. You know, but not on our highways or streets. You know, but these Fast and Furious movies are a bunch of bullshit.
I had a bleeding stomach ulcer, too much booze, and midnight Vulcan pizzas. Was throwing up blood. Didn't stop me, Sue. They just gave me some stuff while I was under. Healed the ulcer. Well, good. You need to heal an ulcer, but you said yourself, look what caused it. All that stuff you were doing. They said too much booze, and midnight Vulcan pizzas. You know, so I mean, you know,
Yeah,
you got to watch it. Well, see, look. And I've said this before. I don't miss the stuff. I'm not missing pizza right now. I'm not missing pasta. I'm not missing Big Hero sandwiches. I'm not missing any of that candy and crap. You know, right now. Well, I have. By the way, don't hold me to this. I'm in my life when I get less weight and when I want to be, I'm probably going to occasionally have. I'm going to definitely have. I'm not living my life without pizza. I'll tell you that. I'm going to have pizza like I don't know once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks.
No, once you get a taste of that slice of pizza, you're gonna want it more often. So best to stay away from it because that's your drug, pizza.
No, that's where willpower comes in, Danny. That's where willpower comes in.
Let's see. Tell me that in 5 months.
And that's true too. Remember all the kids that thought they could fly when Superman was on? Where do you want to draw the line? You could jump off a building thinking you could fly because you watched Superman.
Yep.
That's funny. It's tragic, but it's like so stupid.
Look at those kids that ride on top of the subway trains. They're walking across the subway car while it's moving like that. You got to be pretty stupid. Really stupid.
Yeah. Hey, I'm getting it again. I'm leaning on here with the mouse. I got the mouse. My hand's constantly on the mouse. I'm getting carpal tunnel.
It could be something else, you know.
Oh, get out of here with your gloom and doom. I'm perfectly okay. It's never bothered me.
Wait a minute.
I've never had this before. I'm sitting here leaning forward, constantly gripping tight this thing, and you're telling me it could be something else?
Yeah, it could be you play with yourself too much, you know. You never know.
I knew that's where you were going with that, Danny. I knew you. I'll tell you, I got one thing that you deserve an eye poke for that. Yeah. Could be something else.
Oh shit.
Anyway, there used to be a concern. Yeah, I know about them. Thought the Three Stooges would be a bad influence. They kept showing them on TV. Kids used to poke each other in the eyes. That's hilarious.
Yeah, right.
Funny shit.
Yeah.
Now I'm caught up, by the way. Now I'm caught up and finally in comments. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm wondering about. You know, if I start doing this really good for I don't know how long, 6 months, 8 months, a year, and then all of a sudden I'm like, you know, I think I want to try a little pizza now, a little refined flour. I'm not worried. It's not the calories I'm worried about. I know you're going to get calories. What I'm worried about is what it does to my system, what it does to my brain, what it does to my blood, my body, chemistry, metabolism. That's what I'm worried about, not putting on pounds. I'm more worried it's going to screw up my workings. You know, sure. Stuff will kill you, man. Sure.
I think they're purposely trying to kill us. All these products, like pickles. The pickles are not good for you. The pickles are good for you, but the sodium content, you know, in pickles, you know, and any processed foods are loaded with sodium. You know, there was a small TV dinner Robin wanted to make for me. I said, "Wait a minute, let me see a TV dinner."
Don't make a TV dinner. It's unhealthy for you.
Yeah, it was chicken rice and something else. I want to see something, Robin. I turned the thing around to the label. It had 940 milligrams of sodium. I said, Robin, I don't want this. I don't. Or I'll eat half of it with you. but I'm not eating the whole thing.
They
And
often,
it was a little meal. 940 milligrams. I think it was 365 calories. I know it was 940 milligrams of salt.
they often say don't eat anything in a box.
Right, processed foods they call it, or even cold cuts, because you're allowed. You're supposed to have up to two. You're supposed to have 2,000 milligrams of sodium in your body. You know, and if you're outside sweating, you need to consume a little extra salt because when you sweat out the salt, and you gotta replenish that. So it's good to have something a little extra salty when you're out there, which is coming today, 100 friggin' degrees with 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the next few days, I'm going to be suffering again. That's why I can't wait for the summer to end because this summer's a lot of
Summer's the best time of year.
bullshit. Yeah, the only thing good about, like I said, 100 times, go to the supermarket. Robert goes in the store and I watch the girls come in and out, and they wear short shorts. Some of those legs.
You like gams, do you? You know, last night I was saying to Daddy, "Oh, you like gams?" And he goes, "I never heard that. What's gams?" I said, "Gams are legs." He goes, "Oh, that's a new term. I don't know new terms." I said, "That's been around since the 40s or 50s." Gams.
That's another thing that aggravates me. Is all these new words I never gaslighting, sheeples, right? All these words I never heard in my life before, and I'm 69 years old. Coming out with new words. I mean, come on, give me a break. I like the old words.
Yeah, sometimes I have Campbell's tomato soup and.
Oh yeah, look, yeah, Campbell's. Look at the sodium content in that.
I don't understand it. Keep the salt out of it. If you want salt, you add your own. I don't understand. But anyway, I've also heard that if you're not eating a lot of carbs, which I'm not eating a lot of carbs now, you need more salt. They say, you know. So I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard.
I never heard that, but it's possible.
And I also, you mentioned processed meats. I do eat a couple. I'll tell you what I eat. Well, I don't know how good it is, but I do eat turkey, low sodium turkey. We get low sodium turkey. And once in a while, for a snack, I roll up a couple of pieces and eat it.
Right.
And yes, I do put mayonnaise in there. That's right. Mayonnaise. That's why I still lost 36 pounds. So, I mean, you know, give me a break. I'm not going without anything. You know, come on. You know, I mean, you know, I said, you know, I always say this. I gave up bread, pasta, cakes, pies, ice cream, cookies, soda, pizza. You damn right I'm going to have a little bit of mayonnaise, roll it up in a freaking low sodium turkey slice. Damn right.
Yeah, for a couple of slices ain't gonna hurt you. You know, but some people eat that shit every day. You know, they'll eat salami, ham, turkey.
I also have low sodium ham too.
Yeah, I know, but it's still got the salt is a preservative. That's what the salt is. It's like canned fruit. The sugar is a preservative. You know.
I don't know what you're asking. You're saying, was it really mayonnaise, or what are you talking about? Hellman's mayonnaise, and it's got sugar in it. You look at it says sugar. I have ketchup too. Like I said, you know, all the things I just told you that I'm eliminating, I'm still having ketchup. I am. Now, I know I could find ways of finding ketchup that doesn't have any sugar, and I may do shopping and look for a better kind of mayonnaise. And I talked about the Miracle Whip. I kind of went off the Miracle Whip a lot. Oh, now you're saying Miracle Whip. There it is. And well, you're asking me really like I'm lying. I don't lie to you. You know, if I tell you it's mayonnaise, okay? And I'm telling you, yeah, Miracle Whip, I love Miracle Whip. I love it way more than mayonnaise. And I'm sure the reason I love it is because it's got high fructose corn syrup in it. That's what I like about it. It's sweet. But even with that, if I just have like a tablespoon or two tablespoons a day, I don't think it's that bad. It's not compared to the freaking soda I used to drink or the ice cream I used to have, you know, or the chocolate bars I used to eat. You know, so to me, I know it's not good, but I've definitely though, Mick 64, I've definitely used Hellman's mayonnaise more than Miracle Whip. But by the same token, Hellman's is 90 calories a tablespoon, whereas Miracle Whip is 40 calories a tablespoon. So there's that too.
Right.
Vegan. I will never be a vegan. Are you serious? Never in a million years. We're put here to eat meat. and I'm going to eat the meat. I'm going to have it all. I'm going to have chicken, turkey, fish, beef, and I'm going to have veal, nice, tender, soft veal. I'm going to have all that. So liver. That's what I eat.
Yeah, they're gonna come out with laboratory meat where there's no live animal involved. They're just gonna grow the meat like that. I can't wait for that to happen because it's better than slaughtering animals than killing animals like that. Which is
You
sad.
eat Adam. Who are you kidding?
I eat animal, but you look at the meat, you think this piece of meat once lived.
I don't think like that. I think I'm a human being. I got to take care of me first. I have to enjoy my protein. That's what's important to me. Now the thing is, like I said, if you don't eat meat because you're worried about animals' your feelings, if you're worried about that, that's very nice of you. But the thing is, they're not going to stop slaughtering them. If you and me and everybody watching this stops eating, they're still going to slaughter meat. Animals.
Wait a minute. I have a theory. For real. I think you should stop eating beef. I don't know about other meats. Maybe you can have fish or chicken, even chickens. They inject these animals with hormones to make them grow faster. That's
Right.
why. This is no joke. If you see a 13-year-old girl walking down the street, she'll look like she's 19. That's because we're. Wait, what are you cutting me out for?
Good. How are you going there? Let's watch it with that. Okay.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
I know what you're saying.
That's the hormones. Why are you cutting me off for? What's the purpose of having a
I'll
life?
cut you off when I want to.
What the hell I want, you dumbass?
Yeah, right. It takes one to know one. Buddy.
It's true. We eat those
Here's the
hormones.
thing. This is another thing I'm tired of hearing about, and Sue's right. But I'm so tired of hearing about the oils. Oh, the bad seed oils, canola oil. I'm not going to stop that stuff. I ain't going to stop it. I've heard it could stay in your system for 6 years. How are you not? Wait. How are you not going to get seed oil somewhere? I mean, come on.
No. Canola oil is bad for you. The best you can't use it for frying certain things. Olive oil, 100% virgin olive oil is very healthy.
What are you supposed to eat? I love these people. Like this guy here. I did eat Hellman's, but switched because of seed oil. Oh, seed oils. I mean, come on. What are you going to do? Live on lettuce? And even lettuce, it might have bacteria on it. I mean, come on.
You got to eat broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, celery, green beans, asparagus, stuff like that,
The thing about this is, I tend to agree with you, Eric, for the most part, but not everybody agrees on this. Like, you don't need rice, Some people say beans aren't good for you. You know what I mean? I'm going to eat it, Sue. I like tuna fish salad, and I will put mayonnaise in that tuna fish salad, and I will put or Miracle Whip in there, which is high fructose corn syrup and seed oils, and I will do that. And I will have, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a week, I'll have a little bowl of tuna. That's it. Tough. I don't mean, so I'm not saying tough to you. I'm saying tough in general. I'm saying, I just don't understand it. It's like people, when you get really fanatical, there you go. Don't eat anything. Right. Don't eat anything. It's crazy. Even vegetables, they do things to our vegetables now. I don't wash anything. That's another thing. You're supposed to wash everything. I'll go in there, I'll buy berries, a strawberry. I'll just eat right out of the. I don't even wash them. I don't even rinse them.
Joe, you are dumb. There's 2 things that are most dangerous to eat. They said, as far as pesticides and insecticides, is spinach and strawberries. They got the most poison on them. You gotta watch. Even your romaine lettuce. You gotta wash the leaves. You gotta think what. Even apples, you gotta wash them. You're eating poison, you dumbass.
It's gonna do a damn thing, you dumbass. Because anyway, you know what's coming out of my fucking faucet? So I can go there and I can rinse off an apple. And meanwhile, like I've said it many times before, I got stuff where we have this dish drain, this plastic dish drain. I wash the dishes, put them in the drain, and then after some time, there's caked up kind of brown stuff in there. When it drips, I don't know if that's minerals. I don't know if it's rust. I don't know if it's natural for that to get when water dries on something like that. So what the hell? You're gonna get it somewhere. You're gonna get rust. I love these people. You go to a restaurant, you order food, you don't know what the hell's going on in that kitchen. You have no idea.
Joe, that's mineral deposits, by the way. Your water might be a little hard. They would say hard, they call it hard water. You buy a
I
house,
hope that's all it is.
yeah, but you gotta watch the vegetables and fruit. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, look at this guy, the king of health here, Danny.
I even know better.
Yeah, this thing. Yeah. So what do you? So I mean, I know there are different kinds of oils. Seed oils now one of the primary causes of heart disease and cancer. I don't know I don't know anymore. You know, I'm so tired of it all.
I'm 69. At this point, I don't give a shit. Okay, I lived a long time. You know, I'm gonna eat what I want to a certain degree. You know what I mean? I ain't worried about seed oil, canola oil. I ain't worried about all that shit. You know, nobody knows nothing. You see commercials. Oh yeah. This year you see coffee is good for your heart. Next year they have another thing from Paris.
There was a time when they told you not to eat eggs, big time. No eggs. Don't eat cholesterol. Don't eat eggs. I'm so tired of it. And this thing too, Marcus. Let's get something straight. I know you have to wash them. I just said I don't. I know they should be washed. I just don't.
No, it's too late to wash them.
But I still say, you really think that's good? Maybe I've saw a commercial. They have some product out there they're trying to sell you. You ever see that commercial when a woman sells this thing of broccoli? If you wash it, then they go under a microscope or a laser thing, and you see it's still got the germs on it and shit, pesticides on it. She's got this spray. She sells that gets rid of it. How far do you want to go with this stuff? You think that rinsing like some broccoli or an apple under is going to completely decontaminate it? I don't think so.
Joe, yeah, the people that put that stuff out on the tables, you know, the vegetables and fruits and stuff like that, they could have came out of the bathroom and just wiped their ass and started putting the vegetables and fruit on the table. You're buying it and you bring it home and you're eating this shit.
Well, I know that. That's I am right about everything.
I'm gonna make this thing twice, Joe, before you eat that strawberry. Make sure you wash it.
I still say, you know, I mean, I don't know how far you want to go with it. You know, rinse it, okay. You know, what do you got to do? Take a freaking paper towel and like make sure you like. Meanwhile, they're injecting fruit with stuff anyway now. When they're putting stuff in fruit, get out of here.
At least you get rid of the outside poison, but you can't do nothing about the inside poison.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, shit.
There's nothing you can do. So you freaking take apples and fruit and put them in a bowl on your table in a kitchen or something. Over the time, all the dust and all stuff in the air, maybe bugs flying and that's everything there playing on shitting on it, the flies and everything. And then you say, I'm going to have a nice piece of fruit. Come on, man. You can't help it. It's everywhere.
No, most people clean their house. You know what I mean?
So do I.
I didn't say you didn't clean your house, but most people keep their house clean.
That's got nothing to do with it.
The apples on the table with dust is a lot. Still, you should wash it. You know what I mean?
I might end up wearing this shirt today. I wore it just here to be on the air. So different. No, not one person that said, "Oh, look at that! It's nice, all these orange colors, something different." I usually wear black. You know, whatever.
It's me lonely, Felina. Lola.
You should still wash it. Okay, I know you should. I didn't say we shouldn't. I know you should. I just said I didn't, even though we should. Help me, Lord. Oh man, there's so much stuff I haven't had. Like I haven't had sushi at a dog's age because sushi has rice. I could get sashimi, which is just a fish, raw fish. That's right, raw.
No, I don't eat raw fish. No way, never.
Yeah, with all the crap that you consume, Danny, to this point, that's made you who you are. Forget it. It doesn't matter if you have sushi. Scrub it dub.
Yeah, sure. That Roundup, you know.
Oh, it's scary.
That stuff is poison.
You know what cracks me up? There were these commercials about Roundup and all the cancer that caused by Roundup. And then I was delivering mail at the time, and I'd be walking around, and I have to walk through the lawns and everything. And then I see by the door, they got Roundup. Like, in other words, they're putting it on the lawn. And even though there's commercials everywhere not to use Roundup. People don't care.
A company like Johnny next door, my sister-in-law's son, does landscaping for Thompson Ridge. You know, he does landscaping. And anytime they spray that shit on somebody's property, they got to put flags down to tell people that this area has been sprayed, you know. A lot of people spray that stuff. They don't wear a mask or the wind is blowing in their direction, and when they spray the poison is coming back into their face, because of the wind.
So this is interesting. Look at this. Seed oil is a waste byproduct that was used as motor oil. They figured out how to use chemicals to remove the rancid smell and taste. Especially bad for you if you cook with it at high temperatures. I don't understand. Aren't seeds good? Seed oil, natural seeds? I don't understand that. Well, how many oils are the bad ones? Which is the ones that are bad? Soybean oil, soybean, canola. Which ones are the bad ones? Make a list. By the way, I'm not going to stop. I'll cut down where I can, but where I choose to. But I'm not going to stop eating mayonnaise. That ain't going to happen. I mean, Mr. Mayo. Mayo, that's my name.
It's like there's two kinds of peanut butter. Let's just be real quick. There's two kinds of peanut butter. There's natural and there's regular peanut butter. The regular peanut butter has what they call, it's either fully or partly hydrogenated vegetable oil. Hydrogenated is a process they do to the oil to make up the peanut butter. It's used as a stabilizer. That builds up in your arteries. That's bad. That's why I eat natural. It doesn't have hydrogenated.
What do you mean you eat natural? You?
Peanut butter. Natural peanut butter.
The peanut butter. Natural peanut
butter. Yeah, sure. It doesn't have hydrogenated vegetable oil in it,
Yeah, I know. That's the thing, though. But you'll go nuts. I know, because I've gone nuts. You can watch. You've been watching the same videos I'm watching, I'm sure, about all different people. Some people say to fast. Some people say don't fast. Some people say you should have. They probably all agree that seed oils are no good. I'll give you that. But some people say to eat butter. Some people say don't eat butter. You know what I mean. There's all kinds of things here, ways to do it. And what kills me is I think Rachel was even saying, right now I'm doing 2 meals a day the way Rachel is. I think she does the same thing. But the thing is, when I lost a lot of weight, you've seen pictures of me when I was thin, when I lost a ton of weight when I was younger. I ate 6 small meals a day, or 5 or 6 small meals a day, meaning every 3 hours I would have like an apple. Then 3 hours later I'd have a salad. 3 hours later I have chicken. I would do it every few hours. Okay. Now they say they don't do that anymore. They don't believe in that anymore, or they don't promote that anymore. But what I'm saying is it works. I'm living proof. It worked. All of a sudden human bodies have changed, that they don't benefit from eating frequent small meals anymore. The body, we're still people. Still must work. There's all kinds of information.
It's recommended as a diabetic to eat multiple meals a day, but very small. So you never feel hungry. Very, very small meals.
That drives me nuts too. That drives me up. People say, "Do you feel hungry? Do you feel hungry? You want to feel hungry?" It's like, so fucking what? If you feel hungry, just fight it. You know what I mean? I feel like hungry after between 6:30 and 11:30 p.m. Yeah, I feel hungry. The idea is not to give in to it. So you feel hungry. I don't understand it. Just don't eat, even if you feel hungry. But I guess that's willpower.
When you feel hungry, it's uncomfortable. Your stomach tells you need food. It starts to rumble.
And it gets better. It gets better. You learn.
I don't believe in going without food for 24 hours. That's a lot of bullshit. I don't believe.
What are you, an expert on health? There's plenty of countries that do that. They're healthy doing that.
Yeah. How do you know they're healthy?
How do you know they're healthy? Because they are the most healthy countries.
You believe everything they tell you? Bullshit. They're all liars, man.
These questions that don't even fit the discussion that we're talking about right now. Yeah. I like a lot of newer modern horror movies. Lately, horror movies are pretty good these days again. And Danny probably never saw the horror movie Thanksgiving, which I keep recommending to him.
No, I haven't.
It might cost you like $15 to buy it or something.
That's not bad, $15.
No, this is not. Hold on a minute. I'm going to tell you something else, okay? The reason that I was eating like that was because back then, I make it as quick as I can in this story, but I had 5 years of illness and I didn't know why. They finally gave me a glucose tolerance test back. This is the 80s. Found out I was hypoglycemic. And you're supposed to eat frequent small meals a day to keep your sugar. So there are times when it's not good for your blood sugar to go low either, So you don't want to spike your insulin, but you also don't want it to go crash either.
See how it went down?
Yeah, it
You
went
see that?
down. That's good, but you know what? It's still about 90 points too high, man.
Who cares?
Who cares? You should care.
I'm gonna eat when I'm hungry, and so what? It shortens my life by 5 years. Who cares? The world's gonna end soon anyway.
Oh, there's 5 years, by 5 years. Maybe you die tomorrow and it shortens your life by 20 years. What are you
We're not
talking?
gonna be here long. We're not gonna be here long. The world's gonna end soon.
The way it's going, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And that's something I've been saying for the last 25 years, not for the last like a year or two. So
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
anyway, I hate to say that I'm gonna have to go soon because I got to leave at 10 o'clock to do my morning walk. So I only got very little bit of time here. As much fun as I'm having with you, this is fun. It's fun to get on each other's nerves. I love it. So what's the best thing to do? I saw like certain. Can I have I can look it up. I could Google it. But what's the chief bad oils, seed oils, the bad ones? I could look it up. They have, easy. But oh yes, Joe. I was hypoglycemic and I can't fast or my sugar goes too low. There you go. That's one of the things I was concerned about too. I was concerned. That's one thing. Generally, even though I like to bust Danny's balls just like he likes to bust mine, I gotta say something doesn't sit right with me about fasting for like a day either. 24. I think you gotta eat.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a few minutes.
No, I mean, but it is true that there's some health benefits. It does do things for your cells. It does help your metabolism. There are certain benefits too. There might, believe it or not. Yeah, you got that right. Most of them are bad. Well, I'm gonna have to get out of here real quick. As much as I like to do that. Well, everybody, I'm sorry it's got to be abrupt, but I got to get out of here. I got to get ready. How about I just thank everybody for being here, and I thank Danny for coming on. That was nice, Danny. Thank you for coming on. All right, what do you got?
You see, I want to show you. You see that? You see.